Alright, hey guys. Today's video is for April 1st, which is Wednesday, and we will be talking about the jet stream and how the jet stream affects the weather in the Northern Hemisphere, specifically for us in the United States. So you should have already read the article, The Shortest Distance, okay? We're going to kind of just go through a little bit of the main points of the article and then fill in some questions on your graphic organizer and your map of the United States where we can draw in the jet stream. So make sure that you have those three papers there for today's lesson. Okay? So the jet stream is an air current that flows 9 to 11 kilometers above the earth. And you think of it as like a tunnel of wind, okay? And when jets fly from west to east, they try to stay within the jet stream because it saves on gas, because the wind is going along with the plane. If they try to fly against the jet stream, then they're going to be wasting gas because they're going to encounter a lot of wind resistance, okay? So the jet stream is like a river of wind, and it's very, very, very high up in the atmosphere, so you can't feel it. It's not the same thing as surface winds. The winds usually blow from west to east. However, they can also dip down a little bit further south or come up a little bit further north, depending on the time of year that it is and the amount of sunlight and the warmth of the atmosphere. So the jet stream not only affects airplanes, but it also affects global weather patterns. The jet stream doesn't always flow directly from west to east. It may turn and head a little bit south. Now I know when you think south, you think warmer. However, when the jet stream heads south, it brings colder air down to the United States. When the jet stream moves back up into Canada, the temperatures in the United States become less cold. So besides the air currents, ocean currents also affect global weather patterns. This is your third essential question from Monday when we talked about the Gulf Stream. Okay, when we talked about the Gulf Stream on Monday, this is just a repeat of that information. So an ocean current develops when water near the surface of the ocean is blown by the winds and starts to flow like a stream. As an ocean current flows, it carries warm or cold water with it. If the ocean current starts near the poles, it'll bring cold water with it. And the cold water cools the air above it, and this causes cooler temperatures. However, we have the Gulf Stream, and the Gulf Stream comes from right here in the Gulf of Mexico, and that water is going to be much warmer because it's closer to the equator. And then it brings that warm water up the coast of the United States, causing us here in North Carolina to have more mild temperatures because the winds come off of the jet stream, causing warmer and more mild temperatures for North Carolina. So this article addresses two different pieces of information: the jet stream, which is high up in the atmosphere, and the Gulf Stream, which is an ocean current. Today I want to focus on the jet stream. So let's go back up to the second paragraph. It says the jet stream is an air current that flows about 11 kilometers above the earth. So on question number 1 here, what is the purpose of the jet stream and where is it located? You're going to put the jet stream is located 9 to 11 kilometers above the earth. jet stream? Well, the purpose of the jet stream is that it moves the weather patterns from west to east across the United States or the northern hemisphere. Okay? So as that jet stream flows across the United States, it's going to be moving all of the weather systems with it. So on your essential questions page, you're going to put the jet stream moves weather patterns across the U.S. Now, there's one more piece of information that we need in that first essential question, and it's going to bring me to our map, okay? In order to do this map, you're going to need a red colored pencil and a blue colored pencil, and I'm going to use a black marker. Okay, so let's say that the jet stream is flowing right here. Okay? Jet stream. Now, what the jet stream does is it separates the cold air that comes down from the poles and the warm air that comes up from the equator. Okay, so it separates the warm air from the equator and the cold air from the poles. Now, if we are here in North Carolina, if the jet stream were to dip down below us, let's see if I can make that happen here. If the jet stream were to dip down below us during the winter months, so if it came a little bit further south, that allows this cold air from the poles to reach us in North Carolina. Now, if that jet stream moves back up north again, above North Carolina, then we've got the warm air from the equator that's able to move into North Carolina. Okay? Cold air from the poles separated from the warm air from the equator by the jet stream. Now, there are times when pockets of warm air can move up and disrupt the jet stream and get in the way of the jet stream. And when that happens, you're going to have some violent weather. Sometimes the cold air from the poles can cross over and disrupt the warm air from the equator, and that again causes a disturbance in the jet stream, which causes severe weather, tornadoes, and other violent storms. So back to your essential questions page. You're going to add, we've got 3 main points here. You're going to add that another purpose of the jet stream is it's a boundary, it acts as a boundary between warm and cold air. Okay, so now you can pause the video at any time if you need to get down the notes as we go. But we're going to go back to our article, okay? And if you look down in the 3rd paragraph, it says the jet stream not only affects airplanes, but also global weather patterns. The jet stream does not always flow from west to east. It often turns. For example, the jet stream may turn and head south, and when this happens over Canada, the jet stream brings cold air into the United States. When the jet stream moves back into Canada, temperatures in the United States become less cold. So for our second essential question, we're going to put the movement of the jet stream to the south allows colder air to reach North Carolina. When it moves north, we get warmer temperatures. Okay? So, also within that paragraph, we can answer question number 3, or the paragraph above it. Winds usually blow from west to east. The jet stream generally flows in a west to east direction. Again, sometimes it can dip a little further south,